Alright, before we get started, I have a quick disclaimer. Today's quiz is a random knowledge trivia quiz, but for some of our younger viewers, it's going to be a little bit harder than some of our older viewers. If you happen to be born early enough to remember the time between 1900 and 1910, you'll find these questions a little bit easier. All 21 of these questions focus on that specific time frame. Now, it's random, various categories, questions from all over the world, but remember, 1900 to 1910 is the time frame we're looking for. So sorry, everybody who was born in the last 100 years. These questions won't be as easy. But let's get started. Welcome back to ROADTRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today's episode is day number 323 of the 365-day trivia road trip. I do not know what area of the world these questions come from because it was not included in the email, but I do know that Chris Hilbun sent in a 21-question random knowledge trivia quiz, and he said we submitted these quizzes, so I assume he had some help, but that information wasn't provided either. Either way, let's get started with question number 1. In 1900, this became a U.S. territory and later became the 50th state, marking its journey from a kingdom to a Pacific paradise within the United States. What is the name of this tropical destination? This former kingdom turned Pacific paradise within the U.S., the answer is Hawaii. Question number 2. What is the name of the rebellion that concluded with the signing of the peace agreement between the Eight-Nation Alliance and China in 1901, leading to foreign troops leaving Beijing and marking the end of the anti-foreign and anti-Christian uprisings in China? The answer is the Boxer Rebellion. Question number 3. The passing of this British monarch in 1901 marked the end of an era, as she had reigned for over 63 years. Who was the long-reigning queen whose death signaled the beginning of the Edwardian era? See, they're all random knowledge questions. They just focus on that time frame from around the world. Very clever quiz. The answer here is Queen Victoria. Question number 4. In 1901, this U.S. president was assassinated while attending the Pan American Exposition in Buffalo, New York. Who was this 25th president of the United States that fell victim to Leon Czolgosz? The answer is William McKinley. Question number 5. Named after the German physician who first identified it in 1906, this neurodegenerative disease, characterized by memory loss and cognitive decline, is commonly associated with aging. What is the name of the disease that is the most common form of dementia? The answer is Alzheimer's disease. Question number 6. This Caribbean nation officially gained its independence from the United States after the end of the Spanish-American War. What is the name of the country that emerged as a sovereign nation at the turn of the 20th century? The answer is Cuba. Question number 7. In 1902, pioneering filmmaker George Méliès released a groundbreaking silent film that is most recognizable by its shot of the moon. What is the title of this early masterpiece that is celebrated for its innovative use of special effects and storytelling in the realm of early cinema? You would recognize the shot of the moon if you saw it. It's the one that's got the little space capsule in its eye. A Trip to the Moon is the name of it. Question number 8. Inspired by a hunting incident involving President Theodore Roosevelt, a Brooklyn candy shop owner named Morris Mitchum and his wife Rose created a toy to commemorate the president's sportsmanlike conduct. What name was given to this toy originating from the president's nickname? The answer is Slinky. Just kidding. Actually, the answer's Teddy Bear, but that one was pretty easy. Question number 9. In 1903, the Boston Americans played the Pittsburgh Pirates in the first annual championship series of Major League Baseball, a milestone in the sport's history. What do we call this historic postseason matchup that has become a tradition in baseball, even though the name was originally coined for football? Championship in Major League Baseball is known as the World Series. Question number 10. In 1904, two powerful nations clashed in a conflict that altered the geopolitical landscape and resulted in a Nobel Peace Prize for the mediator. What war saw the emergence of Japan as a major world power and the first time an Asian nation defeated a European power in modern times? Look for the name of the war. The answer is the Russo-Japanese War. Question number 11. Completed in 1914, this monumental engineering project revolutionized global trade by connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. What is the name of the waterway, constructed with significant effort and sacrifice, that drastically shortened maritime routes and transformed international shipping? The answer is the Panama Canal. Question number 12. In what year did the United States Mint introduce a new 1 cent coin featuring a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, replacing the Indian head cent and becoming the first U.S. coin to feature a historical figure? Remember the time frame for the quiz? Pick one of those years. If you're into coins, you probably know that 1909 is the year we're looking for. Big year in coins. Question number 13. In 1905, a peaceful and negotiated dissolution marked the end of a union that had lasted for nearly 100 years. Which Scandinavian country gained its independence from Sweden, becoming a fully sovereign nation in the early 20th century? The answer is Norway. Question number 14. In 1907, a brazen theft at Dublin Castle shocked the Irish establishment when the insignia of the Order of St. Patrick, known as the Irish Crown Jewels, were stolen. Who was the unfortunate custodian of the jewels whose tenure saw this audacious heist, which remains unsolved to this day? The guy in charge was Sir Arthur Vickers. Question number 15. In 1908, a devastating earthquake struck southern Italy, causing widespread destruction and a loss of over 75,000 lives. What is the name of the city that bore the brunt of this catastrophic event, leaving a lasting impact on the region? The answer is Messina. Question number 16. A historic declaration marked the end of the Ottoman rule in the Balkans when a principality formally proclaimed its independence. Which Balkan country declared itself free from Ottoman sovereignty in 1908, leading to shifts in the geopolitical landscape in the early 20th century? The country we're looking for is Bulgaria. Question number 17. In 1908, the Belgian Congo was established under the rule of Belgium instead of an absolute monarchy under the rule of a European monarch. Which Belgian king, known for his acquisition of the Congo Free State prior to its colony status, earned infamy on account of the horrors perpetrated on the locals? That king's name was King Leopold II. Question number 18. The Chicago Cubs clinched their last World Series title in 1908. However, a championship drought haunted the team for over a century. In what year did the Cubs finally break the curse and win another World Series title? Now, this answer is actually outside of that window, but it's referring to the 100-year curse that started in the window. The Cubs did not win another World Series until the year 2016. Question number 19. In 1908, a groundbreaking automobile was introduced to the public, revolutionizing transportation and manufacturing. What is the name of Henry Ford's iconic automobile, often regarded as the first affordable car that brought mobility to the masses? The answer is the Model T. And question 20. Albert Einstein published several revolutionary papers that transformed our understanding of physics. One of these papers introduced a certain effect, a key concept in quantum theory. In 1905, Einstein published the paper on what specific effect that earned him the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1921. Most people think it was relativity, but it was actually the photoelectric effect is what Einstein won his Nobel Prize for. Photoelectric effect is the answer to question 20. That is the end of today's trivia quiz. Thank you, Chris, and whoever you had helping you for your excellent quiz that you sent in today. I really enjoy these type of quizzes where it's random knowledge trivia quiz, but you do have kind of one behind the scenes theme that ties it all in together. So you can kind of put your mind frame in the time frame of what you need to be thinking about. In this case, from 1900 to 1910. It gives you a little bit of something to shoot for and think about while you're answering these questions. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already, and get ready. Here comes question 21. This year marked the end of colonial rule in Africa when the Republic of the Congo gained its independence. What year did the Congo officially become an independent nation, ending its status as a Belgian colony? I just said how having a time frame made it easier. This is going to make it a little harder. It is not in that time frame. Chris is keeping us on our toes. What year was it? The answer is 1960. Whichever player got closest to 1960 wins the point. And if it was a tie, they just won the whole game. Congratulations. Thank you for playing today's quiz. Thank you again to Chris. Really was a good quiz. And I appreciate you sending it in. Everybody, check back tomorrow for day number 324 of the 365-day trivia road trip. See you then.